After a cup quarter-final exit and midweek defeat, there is perhaps no greater setting for the Albion to bounce back than in the back garden of their fiercest rivals. Nketiah. Gahey will get his head down and have a sprint forward. It's a powerful run from the Palace skipper. Eze into Nketiah, who will shoot again and find the top corner. That didn't take long. 3 minutes in, and it's Crystal Palace that take the lead at Selhurst Park. Gahey willed Palace forward. It was a fantastic run and a clever ball by Eze. And Nketiah got it out his feet and picked out the top corner brilliantly. The worst possible start for the Albion. And jubilant scenes at Selhurst Park as the home side take an early lead. Goal number 16 of the season for him, and he enjoyed that one. Has to be a response now for the Seagulls. Selhurst Park reaching fever pitch already. Van Hecke trying to break lines, only finding Dean Henderson. And Henderson, let's get Palace moving quickly. It's a brilliant bit of distribution to Eze. Not a bad touch either inside of Van Hecke. And it was arrowed towards the corner. Lovely footwork by Eze. Dean Henderson spotted his intentions, drove it into the channel for the England international to chase, chopped inside of Van Hecke, went back to the outside and was a whisker away from doubling Palace's advantage. Hinchelwood down the line, Minter up against Tyrant Mitchell, who wins the battle this time. Clearance only as far as Hinchelwood. Lerma there to meet it, Belieber from range, Henderson keeps it out, Welbeck on the follow-up, and Henderson saves again. Belieber smashed one goalward from range, and Danny Welbeck couldn't believe his luck when it fell back to him. But the legs of Dean Henderson deny the Albion a leveller. That was travelling off the boot of Welbeck. Henderson quickly up to keep it away. Takes time to develop those patterns of understanding. So it is proving early on for the Albion. Van Hecke clips the heels. And the Crystal Palace fans and players alike want a booking. Gahey straight across to speak to Anthony Taylor. Belieber now has space to operate, quickly closed down by Kamada, but he rides the challenge. O'Reilly, Minter's cross in towards Welbeck, and it's in! A record-setting goal for Danny Welbeck, and it comes in this game against this opponent. Danny Welbeck equalising against Palace, just as he did last season. A fantastic cross by Yankuba Minteh, and a deft, cultured, experienced touch into the corner. Crystal Palace 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. It's the response that's been coming, and it arrives off the boot of Danny Welbeck. For the second time in as many seasons, he scores at Selhurst Park. Belieber powering his way through the Palace midfield and still going, and through to Mitoma. Dances round Munoz. Minter and O'Reilly run into each other, and Anthony Taylor has brought a pause to play. And Brighton and Hove Albion cannot believe it. They were 2-on-1, 20 yards from goal, and Anthony Taylor has brought a halt to things. It would be a stretch to say they were in, but they certainly had numbers forward around the Palace penalty area. Mitoma slid through the ball Would have caught Lacroix on the follow-up, but that's only because the Frenchman steamed into the challenge himself. Kamada prodded away to Eze, and Baliba has some running to do because Eze's driving towards the Albion box, helped out to Munoz, it's deflected and it's in, and Palace are ahead again, and Daniel Munoz has smashed it into the corner. Trouble was brewing when Eze got the wrong side of Baliba. Munoz was the man over, and a wicked deflection off the back of Estupinian leaves for Bruggen with very little chance. A horrible deflection for the keeper to deal with. Crystal Palace won't care one lick, they are ahead again against their rivals. Crystal Palace 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Hinchelwood takes over in the middle. Out to Midter. Getting no change out of Mitchell at the moment. Van Hecke chops round Gahey and wins a free kick. And Van Hecke in some pain. Well, neither centre-back was pulling out, and Mark Gahey gets a yellow card. And Crystal Palace will break, and Estupinian's vacated that space. Munoz will run in, deflects it away, it falls to Nketiah, who goes down, and Anthony Taylor awards Brighton Hove Albion the free kick. A dismissive shake of the head by the man in the middle, and Eddie Nketiah booked as well. And that is a leap from Nketiah, a leap and a tumble, and very little more. Oliver Glasner cutting a nervous figure despite the advantage. Henderson. Van Hecke, that was dangerous from Eddie Nketiah, who's on a yellow card for diving, and this could change things. He can have no complaints. Eddie Nketiah is walking at Selhurst Park. He only came on 8 minutes ago. And Oliver Glasner has some thinking to do. Brian Gruder floated towards the back post, across the face of goal. It might run for Gruder again. Henderson was there to claw it away. Gruder chested into João Pedro. Gruder brought down, and Gahey, who's on a yellow card, will be sent off. Palace down to 9. Mark Gahey clashing with Gruder in the middle. Albion given another huge boost, but they don't have much time to take advantage of it. Gruder took a touch round Gahey, and as soon as you saw it was Mark Gahey that had made the challenge, you knew the Eagles were in real trouble. Back into the mixer, up in the air, Mats Reefer's missed it. João Pedro will settle, and struck by Baliba, but struck wide. Reefer down to Van Hecke. What was he thinking? Van Hecke's been forced into a challenge, and Van Hecke will be walking as well. An early yellow card for Van Hecke. There's the second, and he is off. And Mats Reefer hasn't done him many favours with it. Dunk will carry it forward. Seconds between the Albion and Selhurst Park defeat. Adingra. Dunk. It's sideways, doesn't have time to go sideways. Solly March crossing towards Reefer, dropping to Iari, but it's saved by Henderson. It's Crystal Palace's day. The Albion frustrated at Selhurst Park again.